inverted, narcissistic, and most importantly, completely pointless. Come waste an hour of your week with The Starting Block, Friday nights Australian time at dlive.tv/The Starting Block. Get in touch with us on Twitter at The Starting Block, no K at the end. Also, subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts or iTunes by searching for The Starting Block, all one word, or on Podbean at startingblock.podbean.com. Join the blockheads, tuning in their millions, right around the world.
You're listening to The Starting Block on tavshow.com.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron or a member of the PTL Club, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Okie dokie, roll 'em!
Nothing to rearrange. Sometimes you just get a feeling like you need some kind of change.
Hey, welcome to The Starting Block for another week. Big show as always. We got story time, we got Nostradamus, we got American heroes, we got political nice Garys. All that and much, much more here on The Block.
Standing tall on the wings of my dream. Rise and fall on the wings of my dream. Rain, thunder, the wind and haze, I'm bound for better days. My life, my dream, nothing's gonna stop me now.
It's Greeno here from The Starting Block. On behalf of The Block, we just wanted to let you all know that we're all in this together. Well, except if you have coronavirus, then stay the fuck away. But in every other situation, we're in it together. To all of you on the front lines, those of you turning a footstool, a wok, and a pitchfork into a home gym, those of you who have given your housemates a mental breakdown because you decided lockdown was a great time to learn the keyboard and the only thing you can play after 8 weeks is chopsticks over and over and over again. And those of you who are homeschooling and are now understanding the question you used to harass your maths teacher with of, when the fuck are we ever going to need to know this in the real world, is coming back to bite you on the ass. Just remember, like a 1990s Australian sitcom, we're all in this together. The days may be long, but in times like this, you can rest assured we will be here to waste an hour of your week, Friday nights Australian time, at dlive.tv/The Starting Block. So take care, social distance, whack on a mask, and subscribe to our show on iTunes. It may not cure coronavirus, but it sure will help us with our rankings. And isn't that really the most important thing right now?
Public Radio's loss is tavshow.com's gain. You're listening to The Starting Block.
Hey, welcome to The Starting Block for another week. You got myself, Greeno, and I'm joined by a man who's looking to make his Major League debut, playing for the Kansas City Royals as a replacement player. My co-captain, Damo. How are we, sir?
Very good, Greeno. Blockheads, millions around the world. No, I wouldn't get a gig either, Greeno, because I don't have the proper documentation, so I wouldn't get a game either.
Can't get into Canada.
Yeah. They wouldn't, Greeno, in Canada, they wouldn't even let me drive the team fucking bus, mate. Because you've got to have your vaccine passport, I'm afraid, if you're going to drive the team bus. We don't care much about your passport going in or out of the country, though. You know. No
criminal history, drug charge. Nah, don't worry about that. You're vaxxed up.
Yeah, but if you're here, I mean, you better produce your vaccine passport. So yeah, that was probably the craziest sports story in a week of crazy sports stories. I think that was probably the craziest one this week. Yeah. So if you missed it, the Kansas City Royals. If you're not a baseball fan, I don't blame you. But if you missed it, the Kansas City Royals was it 40% of their team?
40% of their roster, correct. So they're 40% of their roster were missing.
Yeah.
Including probably 3 of their best trade candidates, which has then brought into question how much they're going to get in return for these candidates, because they play in a division where you frequently have to go to Toronto. So if you trade for them, they're like, oh, well, they're going to miss this series, that series, and if we play in the playoffs against Toronto, well, they're not going to be able to make 3 of the 7 games. Fuck me, how much value are there? It's a bit of a circus, to be honest.
It's almost like the Canadian government is trying to win the pennant this year, because they've introduced this rule, and they're going to stop half. If you can only take half of your roster every time you go into Canada, well, I mean, you got the battle half won already, don't you?
This is give a face is nice, Gary. This is like 4D chess here. They're like, look, we need to bring the pennant up to Canada. How do we do it? Fuck it. Lock the Americans out.
Justin Trudeau got on the blow. Look, Justin, we've got this killer idea. Okay, we will finally win something again. And he said, all right, sounds good. Vax passports at the border. Let's fucking go. So, yeah, congratulations to Canada. I mean, it's thinking outside the box, Grant. It's Moneyball, really.
It is 100% Moneyball. This is Moneyball 2.0. They're taking it to the level above. Now, if we can do a nice Gary, though, to the Kansas City Royals, missing 40% of their roster, beat the Blue Jays today.
Did they? Now, see. Yeah. Now, that's the risk you run. If you're going to jump in bed with the Canadian government in order to come up with this conspiracy to stop the American teams bringing all of their players in an effort to try and steal a pennant, if you are going to go down that path, Greeno, then you have to win, because it's like, it's like if you're a high school boy and you got asked to fight box against a girl, it's like, well, if I win, I look like a prick because it was I'm expected to win. But if I lose, I'll never hear the end of it. So it's a lose-lose situation, unless you do get the pennant, because then everybody doesn't care. They just go, yes.
That's a winner. Yeah, exactly. So well done there to the Kansas City. Get the win today. Need them to not win tomorrow, because I'm on the Jays tomorrow. So very important. They need to lose tomorrow.
Yeah, congratulations on the win today, boys, but don't make a habit of it, because we are betting against you in our multi.
That's it. We've got to find all the bonus bet on this bad boy. We need that win. So, story time, if we can, sir.
I like stories about pinatas.
It's kind of a historic night on this particular show. How long ago did we stop doing the show from your house? That was, we're talking March. I guess it was like just before lockdowns, right? March 2020?
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah, I'd say so.
There we go. So since then, been doing it from the privacy of our own home during the lockdown, pandemic, those kind of things, which means, and for anyone who's listened to this show frequently,
well, come on, man. Let's not kid ourselves here.
There's 6 people that listen to the show frequently.
No. There's 6 people who listen at any given time, but that doesn't mean that they're always listening. I think it's just 6 different bots every single show, Greeno.
Could be, but we love them. The bots will understand. Yeah. First show I've done sober since fucking March 2020. Been sick as a dog this week. Literally had to take my first sick day in 3 years. Felt weird having to call in, going, I'm too sick to even get to my home office. Doctor, give me the news. Like, I've been sick in the last 3 years, but at the same time, like, mate, the fucking office is there. You can't
look, I'm sorry, you're my friend, so I have to be honest with you. You can't just wave that away like, look, I've been sick in the last few years. Like, a normal person can do that, but you're always sick. So it's like, Oh, look, I've been
No,
sick in the
no.
last few years. It should be like, I have been sick for the last few years, you know?
Well, you've got to remember, kids have been in lockdown, weren't going to daycare for big sporadic periods. So had some nice, healthy kind of batches there, which was quite nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been well this week. So off the booze for the week. And still not feeling 100%. So
good for you, man. I can't do that. Even if I'm like really sick in bed, really flued up, and I've had some really bad flus where I've been like in bed for a month kind of thing and just fucking feel like I'm dying. Still can't, you know. I'll still get up and grab a shot of whiskey from time to time. It's like, well, I am home. I'm taking antibiotics. Like, you know, I'm just drifting in and out of sleep watching movies anyway. So may as well make the room spin a little bit while I'm here.
That's it. Get that buzz.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how the show pans out when I'm drinking a hot toddy sans the whiskey.
So without the whiskey, what is a hot toddy then? It's just like hot lemon juice, isn't it?
Yeah, boiling water, honey, and lemon juice, which is well, because it means I can actually speak, which I haven't been able to do for the last 4 days.
No Jägermeister, Greeno. That used to be the trick back in the day.
That used to be the but that was like pre-singing. That was to lubricate your throat. So when you scream your tits off because you can't sing properly, your voice doesn't get too fucked up.
Yeah. Just a little.
That's how it works. Now, so that's that. You can close that story. That wasn't too good.
I like stories about pinatas.
Well, no, you got to expand. So you've obviously been working from home, but you're not really working though, are you? You've been sick in bed and stuff. So you must have because usually what happens, folks, if you're new to the show, and you are because you're a bot that's been hired by someone else out there who just got the cheap bots that just change every single week, but there's only 6 of them. So if you are one of our bot friends out there, you would know that every time Greeno spends an extended period of time in the bed, sick or what have you, it usually comes up with some kind of strategy to make another excuse to watch old DVD box sets. And so I'm wondering, while you were sick, what did we go through? Which series did we decide to revisit, and so on and so forth? What did you watch while you were sick?
You know me too well, sir. So it wasn't a box set this time though. Okay, I said, look, I'm taking a different strategy because between the couple of different streaming sites that I don't pay for that my friends have kindly have merged off. There's a lot of films on there that I haven't seen that I'm like, I'll get around to watching that eventually. I'll put it on the watch list. I'll do that. Now, what I've been trying to do is find classics that I feel like I should have watched, or like movies I've heard about where I'm like, I feel like I should have watched that. And I always avoid serious, like drama stuff, because I'm like, if I'm going to sit down and watch a movie at the end of the day, I don't want to be depressed. I want uplifting stuff. So I avoid the depressing shit. But this time I'm like, I'm literally laying in bed. I'm going to watch 6 movies a day. I can watch the depressing shit because, I can just put someone else on after.
Yes.
So I went through and watched plenty of like older flicks that I felt like I should have seen but hadn't seen. So I had like Dead Poet Society. Hadn't seen that. So that last night. I watched The Accountant. That was pretty good. That was
Matt Damon, is it? Or the Ben Affleck one? Yeah, he's like the autistic guy, and right.
It's fucking surprisingly good movie.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it's shooting and hiding and secrets and shooting. So you get what you get, right?
But I like the mash shit because I'm a nerd. Yeah. So that was good. And then that led me to the other Affleck movie, Gone Girl. I'd never seen that. That one was pretty good.
So it was a Ben Affleck week then while you were sick.
It was a bit of an Affleck week as much as I could.
He was going to bring you back to health. Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I watched a real terrible movie called The Comeback Trail with Robert De Niro, Zach Braff, and someone else in it. Fuck me, that was bad. I don't know what happened to Robert De Niro. Like, he's obviously got like a lot of gambling debts because some of the movies he's chosen to do in the second half of his career, my word, he's just doing it for the paycheck because it's absolutely terrible. He's not doing it for the art.
I sort of agree with you. I don't think he's doing it for the paycheck though. I think I think for Robert De Niro, and this is a completely just an opinion from the stands, Greeno, over the fence at the players, right? But I think the thing with De Niro, it's about pride. So he just keeps doing stuff because he wants people to keep talking about him. And if you look at the trends, like especially when Trump was in, he couldn't wait every single week to make some kind of statement or some kind of political fucking statement and get on a magazine. And that smacks of pride because he's got money. He doesn't need the money. But yeah, I reckon he'll just keep doing movies because he's like, are they talking about me? Not really, Robert. Well, I've got to get back out there.
But here's the thing, like he could have gone out on a high if he just quit acting after The Irishman. Because he had literally like a decade of murd. And then The Irishman kind of like, hey man, this one's pretty good. Like this is De Niro, Pesci.
Am I allowed to say I didn't like it?
Yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. But I thought his performance in it was good.
I couldn't appreciate the performance because of the static fucking, murd of the dialogue and the plot would strangled any life out of any of the characters anyway. So it was around the 2 hour and 45-minute mark or something, I think it was, when I was like, oh, look, I've given it my best. What is it, another hour and a half to go? Like, Jesus Christ.
Wait for a long strap in.
Yep. And I started wondering if Jimmy Hoffa was bored to death, and then I turned it off. Maybe that's why he couldn't find him.
Couldn't find him. He's on the couch. It's like, fuck me, watching the movie.
You couldn't find him because he fell asleep in the cinema and he's under the chair somewhere. Bored to death.
Yeah, from The Irishman. That's pretty much what I watched over the last week or so. It's been funny. It's been good. I've now found myself in a position where I'm like, oh, now I'm back out of movies again. I've watched everything.
Everything? Surely not.
But the stuff that's left, I'm not overly excited about it.
Isn't it funny how you got to like a movie before you'll commit to watching it? You know what I've been doing, Greeno, lately? I'll give you a little story.
I like stories about pinatas.
Last couple of times I've jumped on the couch or jumped in bed and thought I'll throw on a little Netflix because I'm at a similar crossroads to you. Over the last kind of 8 to 9 months, I've watched far more movies and stuff than I think I ever have. So, I'm like, well, I'm kind of running out of stuff that tickles my fancy. I've started doing the surprise me button, Greeno, on the streaming service. And, you can just skip ahead. There's no commitment. So you don't have to feel like, because it's surprise me, you can go into a movie and watch 10 minutes of it and think, well, I can just give up on this because it wasn't my idea in the first place. It wasn't
your choice. It was someone else's suggestion. Yeah, spot on.
That's it. And we have come across a couple of gems. I watched, there was a Tom Cruise movie the other day where he's working for the CIA. American Made.
That is still on my list to watch. That one does look all right.
Yeah, you'll enjoy that. It's fun.
Okay.
And then American Hustle came on last night, which I've never seen. And
I saw that a few years back. It's all right.
Okay, yeah, I've never seen it, never heard of it. And the wife said, this is a really big movie. And I'm like, oh, I've never fucking heard of it. And then you notice all the actors in it. And you're like, well, hang on, that's Christian Bale, and that chick's from that, and that guy's from that. And I'm like, hang on, there's so many good fucking actors in this. So that's next on my list. I haven't seen it yet, though. So.
Okay, no spoilers there. A movie worth checking out. Have you seen Molly's Game?
No.
Check that one out. That one's pretty good. It's about a former Olympic hopeful who ends up getting into the underground world of like poker games based on a real life story. Pretty interesting.
Right,
so that was another kind of one that stood out. I'm like, that's pretty good.
All right, fair enough. Check it out. There you go. It's the movie show here on a Friday night.
Movie show. We do this from time to time. Occasionally, we just turn into a movie review show for a couple of minutes, and like, let's move on from there.
Well, we didn't even do a review. It was like, have you seen this? No, you should. All right.
All right. It's all right. It's good. Like that's the extent of our analysis. Like, seen this one? Yeah, that's all right. Sweet. We'll watch that.
News in the chat, Greeno, from Daryl, our mate in Scotland. G'day, Daryl. He said he's
Daryl or a bot?
No, it's Daryl. It might be a bot as well, but this bot is called Daryl, and the bot says, I'm sick in bed. So he's also sick in bed, Greeno.
Listen to this. So he's taken another option. He could watch some quality movies or listen to us. He's chosen the latter. Wise choice, Daryl. Wise choice.
No, it's
because the other ones will always be there. No, it is. Yeah. It is. The other ones will always be there for you. Netflix will be there. Yeah. But not the live atmosphere. Can you directly communicate with Christian Bale and Bradley Cooper?
No, but you can watch. No, but you can watch Black Mirror Bandersnatch, Greeno, and then you can decide the fate of the characters in the movie. Have you watched that yet? With your Netflix mooching? No,
not yet.
Oh, you need to check it out because I haven't done it yet. I've done like the first few minutes of it and then never went back to it. But it's basically a movie version of a choose your own adventure book. So the characters in the movie, and you can choose which path he goes down. It'll be like, smack this person in the face or tell them this or do that or whatever. And you make the selection and then the movie follows on from there, from the choices you make. So you can go back and do it a few different times and it'll be a different movie every time.
The beauty of choose your own adventure. But then are you able to do what you do with the choose your own adventure book and just find the page that has the ending you want and work backwards?
Yeah, you just flick through the book and look for a page that has less writing on it, wouldn't you? That's what you would do. And
that's the one you want.
Yeah, and then work backwards.
Yeah.
Completely
so that's how the choose your own adventure is good.
Yeah.
Damo, I like to talk about the weather. I like to squeeze it in here because I think
because the shows, sometimes you think the show's just not boring enough.
We're going to talk the weather. No, hear me out here. So I think someone's made a bit of a typo when we've talked about these once in 100-year floods.
Right, because there's been a lot of them, hasn't there?
There's been a lot. We've had 3 in the last year, which makes me think they meant to write once in 100-day floods.
That might be
and have just fucked it up somewhere. So that's kind of been an issue here in New South Wales and all through the East Coast for the last couple of weeks. Finally, we got some random sunshine over the last couple of days. But it got me paying attention to the goings on and the new panic buying.
Oh, yes.
Because like with the floods, there comes a panic buying. So obviously the original panic buying.
Well, not just floods, but bushfires. Every time now in Australia where something happens, and let's be fair here, floods and bushfires have always happened here. Like it's not a new thing,
Weekly basis now.
Now it's every week. And see, what is it? One every 100 days.
Yeah. Fire or flood this week? Flood this week. All right, get the dinghy.
Usually you have the fires and then the floods. So, these things have been going on for a while, but we have become a nation of whenever something begins happening that everyone just goes out and rapes the local supermarket, cleans the shelves off, Greeno.
The byproduct of the pandemic where everyone just went nuts for bog roll and they're like, well, now any bad happens, better go flooding. So this came out through the week when the floods were happening. And water. Now, the irony of the fact that people were panic buying water
during a flood
is not lost on me, sir.
So true.
It is not lost on me.
Just walk outside and open your mouth.
There's plenty around. Yeah. That's why we're in this issue. So there you go. So water is the new lettuce.
Water is the new lettuce, which was the new toilet paper.
Which was the new bog roll. Yeah, correct.
What we're basically doing is slowly working our way into a different consistency. Because if you think about it, the bog roll is a certain consistency. The lettuce is it's kind of like paper, but a little wet and slippery. And now we're just on water. So next it'll be air. We'll be panic breathing, Greeno.
Panic breathing.
Yeah. Storing up as much air as possible. People will be buying oxygen tanks next.
Yeah. Speaking of the lettuce, quick story time from yesterday.
Please.
I like stories about pinatas.
Picked up some KFC for lunch. And
did you check the lettuce situation?
I did. So what I did is I'm like, something's different here. What I realized, the sneaky fuckers, like we're aware of the cabbage.
Yes.
So they're trying to pay a bit of like ducks and drakes. Is they're throwing in the cabbage, but they're mixing in a bit of actual lettuce.
No, that's a dick move.
So I'm looking at it, I'm like,
they're blending. Like it's not pure, Greeno.
No, so it's a little.
They're cutting the lettuce with. They're cutting the lettuce with street grade fucking cabbage.
I was like, man, this is no good. This is terrible.
Wow.
Just don't put it on there. But yeah, I thought that was a nice little story time.
Yeah, he's a good little story.
I like stories about pinatas.
The funny thing is, I had a chicken sandwich delivered to me tonight from like this local chicken sandwich place, and they do like the kind of American style sandwiches, Greeno, deep fried chicken, and so this one was on a brioche bun, deep fried chicken, and coleslaw, which is basically fucking cabbage. It's cabbage. It's cabbage with a bit of mayo. Now, what you get on a KFC burger is lettuce with a bit of mayo. But I paid like $15 for this fucking chicken burger. I could get a $3 or $4 burger at KFC, and because they're blending in lettuce with cabbage, I'll go, stick it up your ass, you fucking tight bastards. You know, you can't go ripping people off like that. I'm going to go next door and just have coleslaw burger instead.
Coleslaw instead. Yeah, well done.
Pure cabbage.
Nice, Gary.
Pure cabbage.
Nice one. One quick weather comment, if I may. Flick on the local weather, and once again, we're all about being as welcoming Unity Day. We're the creators of Unity Day here on this show, so we're all about making sure that everyone on this land is of equal importance.
This land is your land. This land is my land.
So what I've noticed is there's been a lot, like, have you noticed a lot more welcome to country stuff lately? A lot more knowledge of the Indigenous culture. It's gone one step too far.
Okay.
And hear me out here. This may, like, I don't want to get like, you know,
well, I'm already offended, so you may as well.
I don't want to get cancelled here.
Yeah.
But on the weather, they decided to change all the names to the original Indigenous names.
Oh, that wouldn't have been confusing.
Great, well done.
Yeah.
But now I have no fucking idea what temperature my suburb is tomorrow because I don't know what the Indigenous name for my suburb is.
Well, see, now that's because you're ignorant, Greeno. That's because you're culturally ignorant, you see. Now, I think you should probably get to work learning one of the many thousands of Australian Indigenous dialects and, you know, trace it back to the original one, and then you won't have a problem if you just put in a little effort. I mean, don't you want to understand people who have a different lived experience from you, Greeno?
I just want to know whether it was flood or fire the next day. Couldn't work out. Couldn't find my suburb.
I just wanted to know if my house was going to burn down or be underwater. That's it.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure it out.
So that's that. A bit of Nostradamus, sir.
Yeah, a little bit of Nostradamus. We're following up on this one. Just in, Elon Musk terminates $44 billion Twitter deal, Greeno.
Nice, Gary.
And why, Greeno? What's the reason? SEC filing. Twitter is in material breach of multiple provisions of that agreement, appears to have made false and misleading representations, Greeno. The bot accounts.
The
bot accounts. I could see this coming a fucking mile away. Well, as soon as he put the offer in, you have a beer for these big fucking acquisitions, Greeno. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you do or do you not have a period of time where you can go through the place, and by that I mean the books, with a fine-tooth comb and fucking check everything that they're giving you? You can do that, right? That's your right when you're purchasing.
It's called due diligence.
Due diligence. So at some point, at some time, they were going to have to own up, because those of us who have been on Twitter for a long time, we know there's like 20% bots out there. We know.
It's bots and promoted tweets.
Promoted tweets and bots. It's fucking plenty of it. And, you know, the insult is when they pretend that that's not true. And, you know, they'll ban actual live people off the platform and say that's not acceptable. But then the AI is running fucking rampant on the place. So they were always going to have to open the books at some point, and it was going to come to light. And, you know, if this does pull out, and it's still kind of 50-50 from what I can gather, but if he does pull out, you just watch the value of Twitter will go through the fucking floor in a day, in an afternoon. It'll collapse. It'll crash. So interesting times. We might finally see the end. The
shares are already down at basically chump change, I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's completely ruined them. Like, he doesn't even have to. If let's just say he wanted to be an activist or something, Greeno. Let's just say his mission was not to own Twitter but to destroy it. He might do that. He might end up doing that. Yeah.
Well, that's what's got me thinking. Maybe he's setting up his own social media platform, but he needs to like take out the competition, and the easiest way to do it is to set a legal precedent where he's like, back out, look at all this. Yeah, now you're going to lose a whole bunch of money because your advertisers are going to disappear because you've sold them that, no, it's only like 3% bots, but there's actually 20, etc. put them in a bit of a hole. And then he can come swooping in and be like, okay, now
Save the
what?
day.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I think he should buy Twitter, but then only make it accessible in a Tesla. So it's only available while you drive. Well, because the car's going to be driving itself around, isn't it? It's going to be a self-driving car. So if we can get the Twitter software to communicate directly with the hardware of the Tesla self-driving car, Greeno, what can happen is next time something's hashtagging on Twitter, your car could drive you directly to the Black Lives Matter protest.
Yeah.
You think about it. We could have a little alarm set. So if it's hashtag, trans rights at the DC Capitol, it can go boop, boop, and just whiz you straight off to the protest to be part of the action, Greeno.
Yeah. I like it.
Fantastic. Look at that. I don't know anything about automobiles. You don't know anything about Twitter. We just fucking solved it.
Tweet us, fixed it.
Yep.
Oh, not really. I didn't do anything. I just sat here. But you solved it. Team effort.
Yeah.
Davo, let's talk hero, shall we? July 4th happened while we were away.
My hero.
And there's a few heroes that you like to acknowledge around the Independence Day there in America. Now, Joey Chestnut was one. Took out his 15th straight World Hot Dog Eating Championship, so well done there. Did it in a moon boot too.
In a moon boot, Well, he's a veteran athlete, Greeno.
Yeah, and also did it whilst fighting off a protester mid-eat.
Really? Well, and what was the person protesting, like eating meat or?
Yeah, it probably was a vegetarian thing. Could have been a Black Lives Matter. Could have been a gun thing. What aren't the US protesting right now? There's a lot of fucked up shit happening in our country.
Well, there's a lot of people protesting. I know that. Yeah. Well, I guess that's probably got to be the most offensive thing a vegan could see. I think would be to watch, hot dog eating contest, because not only has the animal been processed and grinded and then fed into a tube, but then you're also got the extra.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's right. And you're actually grabbing like 4 or 5 of these things and just shoveling them into your mouth to the point of vomiting. Like, it's not for survival or anything. It's just for a circus act, basically.
Pure entertainment out there at Coney Island.
Exactly. So yeah, I imagine that's probably got to be the worst thing a vegan can actually see. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, that or Tucker Carlson tonight, one or the other. One or the other horrifies them more. I'm not sure which.
So we got that option, but he's the man I've sent through that I think personally, if I'm thinking, if we need to get America back on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, and happy birthday, America, by the way.
On the right track,
birthday.
moving forward. I can't see this guy having any crackhead sons. Is what I'm saying. This is the man to lead America forward. Vote this dude 2024 would be my guess. Let's have a look. So for our podcast listeners, what we've got here is a very buff, oiled up man.
I mean, he looks like Scott Steiner out there, doesn't he? He looks like Big Papa Pump.
There we go, shirtless on a boat. He's put some dumbbells out there with him, and he's doing some curls. Yeah. He's got some bunions going off on the front of the boat.
And I'm glad you said that, because if you had said fireworks, I would have had to have jumped in and said not really, because they're the little things that go. They're the tweeters, Greeno. Yeah. They're only going kind of 4 feet in the air, which makes it better. Yeah. By the way,
it does make it better. At the same time. And then he's just slammed down 2 tinnies. And flexed on the video.
Nice,
well done, America. This is the man we need to lead the country forward, I think.
I could get down on that. Good for him. Good for him.
Can't get any worse.
No.
Damo, let's end it on a political nice, Gary. Greeno's got involved in politics this year, where we established during the election.
And of that, we are all grateful, Greeno.
Yeah. Yep. So I moved back away, but then something sometimes drags me back in, where I have to get a little bit of indulgence in the political content. And this was the one that dragged me back in. Solely this video. I don't know the reason why. Okay. I don't know why Boris was gone. Yep. I don't know what's happening in the background. I don't know who his replacement is.
You don't care.
I don't know. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. But what I do care about is this.
Okay, let's have a look.
A couple of things. Firstly, we need to make sure that we keep the basic functions of government going. That's really important. There are, for example, no ministers in DfE at the moment. That needs to be sorted out. Secondly, I think we need to try and select a new leader as quickly as we reasonably can.
Now, if you're listening to that or you're watching this, you're probably thinking, what's the big deal? It's a press conference and they've put the Benny Hill music over it. But that's not what's happening. People are actually there on the site and they're playing the Benny Hill music in the background of the interview. Like, it hasn't been done with the video. I think, what was it? Hugh Grant tweeted a request at activists protesting outside Westminster to play the Benny Hill theme on the loudspeakers. When they did, it became the soundtrack for street interviews with leading Tories trying to explain the situation to the British people. So it is a nice context between like his serious talking points and the music.
As quickly as we reasonably can, and obviously we need to make sure we make the correct choice, but we should do it in a reasonably quick time.
Yes.
In terms of Boris staying on, the convention is that the outgoing...
Like, is he a fucking idiot or what? Like, does he not...
Well, no, he's got a live cross. So he's live on TV and they're like, well, you got no choice. Oh, we're going to go to, Jim over there in the front of whatever it's called. Yeah, that's how little I know about British politics.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I got to go. And the protesters are like, well, crank up the Benny Hill.
No. Greeno, you know what? Yeah, he's a fucking idiot because you know what you do? You say, all right, I've got a live cross. Unfortunately, I can't do the interview out on the lawn like we were going to because of the protesters out there, but I'll call you from my office if that's okay. And if they say no, then say, okay, then have a good day.
Nice,
talk to somebody else then, I
think he works for the news network. This is a reporter.
Yeah, but I mean, he might be. This guy's a politician, I think, because
as quickly as we reasonably can, and obviously we need to make sure we make the correct choice.
We need to make sure we make the correct choice. Yeah, so this is a politician. So I would call it in from your office. Get the hell off the street because you look like a fucking idiot.
Staying on, the convention is that the outgoing Prime Minister does carry on. That's what happened when Theresa May left office. Is what happened when David Cameron left office. And given that, as we just a couple of things.
There you go. Fantastic stuff.
Well done. Good way to go to a break.
Do you like your novelty comedy songs organic? Handmade with painstaking care, put into every note. Well, look no further than Irrational Times. Using only the finest instruments to create an experience that your ears will thank you for later. Irrational Times attempts to elevate the whimsy to a desirable level. New songs and sketches every week, so check it out.
There's a place that we can go to watch old things. All the warm, fuzzy member berries it brings. It's a special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Campy old movies and old cartoons. We hope to see you over there very soon. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. When we were kids and there wasn't any school, we'd sit and watch all the best cartoons, eating cereal until it was noon. We never thought that 30 years later it'd still be cool. Saturday night and cheesy movies, the ones that used to show us boobies. It's our special little spot tucked away on D-Live. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy. Enjoy the joy of Pessy.
Now with less than 3% sport content. It's the starting block on TAVShow.com.
welcome back to the block, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, bots. Bots, they're out there. Carrying on. Yeah, we were talking a little bit of United States just before the break, Greeno, talking about a little bit of politics. And I just thought I'd throw this one in, Greeno, because as you know, we like to celebrate diversity here on the show. We're big fans of diversity. We love diversity.
Love diversity, yeah.
You know, you brought up Unity Day before and all the great work we've been doing with Unity Day over the years, Greeno.
Over the years, it's
to
an
bring
institution
people
now.
together. It really is.
Yeah.
It's become part of. It's second on it's on everybody's mind, every Australian's mind. Come January 26th or whenever the fuck it is, Greeno. So you know, it's a big day. Unity Day.
Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So we do love diversity and unity. And the First Lady, Joe Biden's Mrs. Greeno, Jill Biden, she got up and gave a speech to somebody, I don't know, the Unidos US, whatever the fuck that is. It's no Unity Day, that's for sure. It's Unidos US or Unidos.
Is that too close? Is there a copyright infringement perhaps that we could be looking into?
You reckon we can take it down, Greeno?
Like Unidos, Unity, like I've seen more frivolous lawsuits than that.
Now, I mean, if we were ever going to turn Unity Day into a floppy disk drive PC game, Greeno, we would have to call it Unity DOS.
Unity DOS, yeah. And we're talking.
Now we're talking. Speaking of talking, she's apparently Greeno, the people of Latin heritage in the United States, or Latino heritage, or Latina heritage, if you're female or from somewhere else. I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery to me in that part of the world. Well, because I celebrate diversity, Greeno, clearly.
Have you seen the Jennifer Lopez stripper movie yet?
No, I didn't know there was one.
Hustle, check it out. I think it's Hustlers. That's the one.
Hustlers? Okay, I will check it out.
Hustlers. Check that one out. Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, for educational purposes, you mean? To learn more about the Latinas.
You said you don't understand the Latinas. So I was like, well, maybe, just maybe, you might need to watch the Jennifer Lopez stripper movie.
Right.
Just for, definitely education purposes.
Educational purposes, of course. And, so, you know, it really helps because I lack this cultural understanding, Greeno, of different parts and different communities. It really helps when someone who's educated, like Jill Biden, somebody like her, Dr. Jill Biden.
Dr. NG, correct.
She got one of those, thanks for coming doctorates from a university or something. I'm not sure. So, you know, Dr. Jill Biden, when she puts it in a way that helps me understand the cultural differences in the world, Greeno. So you'll like this. It's educational. Have a look.
But we can't get those things on our own. Raul helped build this organization with the understanding that the diversity of this community, as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami, and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio.
What?
Nice, Gary!
Let's just back up.
We have to back up just a couple of seconds because I'm going to show you my favorite bit here. You can actually, and I'm going to turn the volume up a bit. You can actually hear a few boos in the crowd. Now, remember, they're here to see her. They're like, oh, we love you, Jill. And it's that kind of response where you hear a few people who are probably, you know, mentally retarded or some such. They're cheering. Yeah, Jill, yeah, we love you, yeah. But it's very scattered. And most of the reaction is just like a kind of gentle murmur. I go, like, have a little.
Is your strength.
Hang on.
In Antonio.
Breakfast tacos in San
Antonio.
Woo.
Now, do you think maybe they're not fans of the breakfast taco? Just put it out there. Like maybe that's the issue.
They're cereal lovers. It's an audience of cereal lovers out there, or Pop-Tarts.
Isn't it? To our American listeners, let us know in the chat or get in touch with us. Is there such a thing as a breakfast taco? I thought it was a breakfast burrito.
There's definitely. Well, look, it's if you're eating at breakfast, isn't it? Then it becomes a breakfast whatever.
To be fair, I used to make a.
I've had breakfast steak, Greeno. Have you ever heard of that? Breakfast steaks. I've done that.
Yeah, I've done breakfast steak and breakfast pizzas. It happens. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like, ignore me. Let's move on.
No, but it's true. Yeah, like why is a taco place open at breakfast? Unless they serve breakfast tacos, Greeno.
Unless they serve breakfast tacos. But once again, like a Porto's is open, and you can't get yourself a breakfast chicken.
Can't you? Can you get a breakfast chicken burger with bacon or something?
You can. You can. I think they do a chicken one, chicken and egg.
Chicken and egg. Okay.
Yeah, chicken. It's actually not too bad. I think I have eaten it once before.
I just wouldn't know where to begin with that one, Greeno.
Yeah. Well done. Bravo. Give you some fucking nice, Gary.
Nice, Gary.
So are you saying that Jill's being a little bit inconsiderate here?
I'm saying that she doesn't understand. I'm saying she clearly doesn't understand that taco is supposed to be a lunchtime food, Greeno. Dinner.
Yeah, obviously.
Dinner or lunch.
Frustration.
Yeah. Look, what would you throw on? What would you throw on a taco to have it for breakfast, Greeno? Bacon and eggs?
Well, I have legitimately done a breakfast taco before. It's called a festive fiesta taco. It's a Christmas taco. Yeah. You've got your chicken. You've got like a bit of a guac type thing.
Hang on, Greeno, in the chat, Dr. Climate Abortion in the chat asks, what does this have to do with baseball?
Nice, Gary.
Yes. You got a nice game. Give him another one.
Nice, Gary.
Fun fact, Dr. Climate Abortion, we opened the show with baseball today.
We did, and you fucking missed it, mate. You weren't here.
Yeah, we did open. But plenty more to come. We've got Shohei Statman.
Let's not do it twice. We can do it when we get to the baseball segment. We don't have to do it now.
I'm just saying. I'll put it out. Teasers for Dr. Climate Abortion. He's one of our 6 legitimate listeners.
Dr. Climate Abortion.
He's so good. We've got some Shohei, and we got some we got some streaking stat man a little bit later as well. So fantastic. Should we play the American Hero video?
Yeah.
Did you see the American Hero?
Yeah,
video?
I think we've seen enough of this bigoted cunt, Greeno, for one night.
Yeah, we can't have that. Tacos. Now, Damo, T20. We're not big fans of T20. We've talked about it before.
No,
plenty of times. It's not real cricket. We don't care. Like, fucking, let's move on. Let's just pretend it. Like, we know it's there, but pretend. If we ignore it long enough, hopefully it'll just go away.
We like Greeno and myself are traditionalists in the cricket community. We like the old version of cricket that goes for a week. It goes for 5 days, one game. And the kids these days, Greeno, they want to be in and out. And T20 goes for a couple of hours. They're in and out, and they're on their way home. So, but we reject all modernity in cricket, Greeno. Not fans of it. But it does have its upside from time to time, doesn't it? And
correct.
It appears an upside of 2020 is its ability to bilk Russian gamblers out of money, out of their rubles, Greeno. Unbelievable story from India today. A group of farmers and unemployed youngsters have been busted running a fake Indian Premier League, which is the cricket comp in India, and conning Russian punters into betting on it.
Nice, Gary.
I need to see the videos, because what these guys did, they set up a fake fucking cricket match, right? Yeah. With fake teams, and they got like HD cameras. You know what? I say let them keep the money. Because this is...
Scroll down about 4 more tweets and you got some video.
Oh, look at this. Okay, so here is their fake cricket competition, and they had people betting on it. Look they got the graphics and everything. Look at this. Now, the pitch does look a little worse for wear. It doesn't look like an IPL standard pitch, Greeno, I've got to be honest.
And we don't normally have witches' hats on either side of the stumps.
Now, the umpire is also wearing track pants, Greeno.
Nice, Gary.
Which would also obviously appeal to the Russian gamblers, I imagine,
Yeah.
Because you've got to speak to the audience.
I believe what might have happened is they got some graphics from an existing game, I believe. Well, and kind of put it on there to make it look legit.
Yeah, this is not an existing. Look at this. Look at the state of this cricket pitch, Greeno.
The pitch is a different thing. Like, you at least could have got, like, if you got some farmland, you could at least could have like pulled this con before the cows had fucking eaten all the grass. Well, like, let the turf come a bit lush first, and then be like, okay, now we can film, now we can record. They put no effort in there, and that's obviously AstroTurf.
Well, Dr. Climate Abortion makes the point that I was going to make earlier, Greeno. I reckon they get to keep the money because this is so much more effort than just, say, sending out an email scam.
Yeah.
You know what
exactly.
I mean? They had to film it and, broadcast it and take bets and offer odds and rig the games. There's so much more work involved. So I say let them keep the money. Aren't we happy now? I thought that everybody wanted to rip Russians off now. Isn't that what we've been told? Right? Take the Russian money.
Here's the thing. Yeah, here's the thing. Out of all the people to piss off in the world, are the Russians probably the best bet?
Do you reckon they might bomb India next, Greeno?
Maybe, as I'm saying, like this little farm, look out. Anything could happen. Drone strike on that one particular farm. But well done.
Yeah.
Definitely nice Gary to these ones.
Nice Gary.
Kind of teach one I could actually get behind.
Yeah.
Anything that constantly, like how much of a degenerate gambler are you that you'd need to bet on an offline site on Indian Premier League?
I know. That is degenerate levels of gambling.
That is insane levels of gambling.
Now, mind you, yesterday I did put a 8-legged multi bet on with tennis players from countries that I couldn't even pronounce, Greeno. Playing in some kind of shitty tournament on the other side of the world. We have no idea if that's even happening. You know what I mean?
No.
We wouldn't know.
Yeah, fair point.
So, how often do you bet on like fucking Russian badminton or something? I've done my fair share of those bets that you throw out. It's like, I got $10. I'll have a lash at something.
Have a lash from the Russian badminton. Yeah. Fair point. So we fit into the same bucket. We probably got conned in this. This is probably one of our missed legs.
You reckon we've bet on the Punjab Holden cars or something? Gee, that's a new IPL team. What are they? What are they called? Yeah, the scammers. Yeah.
They're paying $4 in a head-to-head. This is free money. It's worth a lash.
The odds are 1,000 to 1. Like, really? I'll give you $100. Oh yes, that sounds very good. Oh look, they just took another ways at the wicket, and they call this thing.
The only thing that this IPL is missing?
Ravi.
No, should be a Shaq bet.
Shaq bet.
When Shaq doing an advertisement.
When I'm betting on the Indian cricket leagues, there's only one place I go, Gujarat Village.
Fuck yeah. Nice, Gary.
Nice,
Well done, boys. Damo, how many we got in the chat?
Six bots only.
6 bots, excellent. Our 6 bots, last half at the moment, we understand.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
What has that
times.
got to do with anything?
We got a lot of things going on, but what we try and do on this show is raise the spirits, lift the spirits, bring people up at a time of need, and
sunshine and rainbows.
I came across a piece of cinematic history, if you will, throughout the course of the week that should be conserved in film under lock and key, 24-hour guard to make sure
should be in the fucking Smithsonian, Greeno.
Smithsonian, if we can. Any way, shape, or form, we need to make sure that this footage will never ever be lost for not just this generation but future generations to come. And we'd like to share it with the blockheads out there. Just enjoy. This is Steve Urkel and B. Arthur combining their powers for some beautiful cinematic history.
Crank up the music. It's time to do the Urkel. Bring out the Urkel.
Remember, you're dealing with an Asian white woman here.
Too promptly now. Now, if you want to do the Steve Urkel dance, all you have to do is hitch up your pants, bend your knees, and stick out your pelvis. I'm telling you, baby, it's better than that.
Do the Urkel dance. Now, kids, if you're watching this one day, this was in a period of television history where everybody had a CD, Greeno.
Yeah.
Everybody put a CD.
Any successful kind of like sitcom star, you had to have a cross promotion. So I think Bart Simpson, a fictional character,
the Bartman,
a cartoon, had a number one hit with Do the Bartman, and any way you could mooch some extra cash off the punters,
absolutely,
you could do it. And this particular generation, Urkel's huge during this period.
Huge.
And like, how much cash milk can we suckle off the Urkel teat? And a lot, by the looks of it, because I guarantee this bad boy would have been a bestseller.
Oh, and when it comes to suckling, Greeno, B. Arthur is one of the suckliest, one of the suckiest sucklers who's ever sucked. To steal a line from The Simpsons, Greeno. She will suckle on anybody's teat because, look, let's be honest here. We've got young, talented black guy on the rise and old Jewish woman. It was always going to end up this way, Greeno.
Yeah.
So I hear you're making a lot of money these days, Urkel.
All right. How much do you reckon it cost for a copy of the Urkel dance?
Oh, what now? Today we can buy the Urkel dance? Oh.
We can buy it on CD. CD or maxi single?
What the fuck is a maxi single? Is that a tape? That's a cassette, Greeno.
I think it might be a cassette.
It's
correct.
A cassette tape. I'm going to say for retro purposes. Now, I'm going to say what I think it should be worth and what I think it actually is worth. It should be worth 5 figures. It should be 10,000, 15, 20 grand, somewhere in that. I'm going to say I can probably pick up a copy of this for, say, $2.99.
Oh, so close to it. $2.53.
Yeah.
Nice, Gary.
Now, what do you get on the Urkel Dance maxi single / CD? You get the Urkel Dance full mix.
The full mix.
You get the Urkel Dance instrumental.
Okay.
You get the Urkel Dance bonus beats.
And
you get the Urkel Dance radio edit.
Now, why would you have the radio edit?
You get that?
Yeah. And the full version, Greeno. Yeah.
And I guess my question would be, why would you want to miss out on 1 minute, 34 seconds of extra brilliance between the radio edit and the full mix?
It's just that they just extend the bridge for an extra 1 minute and 34 seconds, and it just keeps going, do the Urkel, do the Urkel dance, do the Urkel. That's just an extra 90 seconds of that. So anyway, let's carry on here. Television history.
Now we've got B, start to move it. Just move it up the dance.
Do it.
Doing the Urkel dance for our entertainment.
That's right.
2-year-olds way up high. Spin and dip and jump and cavort and finish it off with a laugh and snort.
They don't make TV like they used to.
Nice, Gary.
My word. I'm getting rid of my character. That's our new profile pic. In her mind, all she's thinking is, I gotta find my agent because what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah, to be fair, it doesn't look like she's having much fun in that moment.
She's not having a good time. She looks like she's having a bowel movement. It's not pudding. Oh, let's see how they go out. How can you top that? Let's see how they finish this off with a bang.
Yep. Do the Urkel dance.
Do the Urkel.
Do the Urkel. Do the Urkel.
The early 90s, Greeno.
So good.
Doesn't get
so
much
good.
better than that. Fantastic stuff.
It doesn't. Should we just plow through to the end of the episode?
Plow through,
Greeno.
Greeno. Kick it home.
Let's plow through. What do we got? Record break. We don't like talking about English cricket all that often because they managed to win win a test pretty dramatically last week. But when history is made, we've got to make sure we throw in a stat man.
We've got to tip our hat, Greeno. Every time a record falls, you've got to tip your hat to whoever broke it, right? You've got to make a big deal about it, you know?
Yeah. Not only broke the record, smashed it. Smashed it. Stuart Broad went for 35 in one test over. The previous most expensive over in test history went for 28 runs. So he went 4, 5 wides, 7 no balls. Which, how does that happen? How do you get 7 no balls?
No ball and a 6.
My apologies. Yeah, spot on. 4, 4, 4, 6, 1.
Yep.
Well done.
There you
Broady.
go. I mean, Broady. 35 off 1.
35 and over. Well, they won that test.
8, there's only one player in their team that averages more than 35 with the bat. Joe Root.
Joe Root, spot on.
Someone got Broady off 1 over. Off 1 over, got more than the rest of the team's fucking average.
Yeah, so true.
Yep.
So true.
There you go.
Somehow they won that. That series, I mentioned in our chat that it's difficult. Like, that's a hard one, India v England, because is there a way they can both lose?
Yeah, we just want everyone to lose that one, don't we?
Everyone to lose if possible for that particular one.
And throw South Africa in too. That's it. We can have a 3-way comp between England, South Africa, and India, and they can all lose.
All lose, hopefully. That's the plan.
Yeah.
We like to touch on journalism. We like to make sure that sports journalism, just journalism in general, but also sports journalism, lives up to the high standard that's been set over the years. And I was pleasantly surprised this week when I got to see the New York Post is still living up to the high journalistic standards that they've set in years gone by. Ciara pops Russell Wilson's pimples on boat during Italian getaway.
Nice, Gary!
Fuck is going on? Like, firstly, why are you out there filming them out on a boat? Secondly, who signed off on this? Who thought this was a good idea?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what? I'm going to have to click the link because it worked. All right, they sucked me in.
Don't click the link.
No, I'm going to click. I'm going to click the link because I want to see if this is an actual. If they did an article about it. Look at this. Yeah, it's an article. Because I thought, well, maybe it's just a headline. No, it's an article. The 36-year-old singer appeared to squeeze a pimple on Wilson's face during their vacation in Italy on Tuesday as the longtime couple took a boat ride on Lake Como, Greeno.
Journalism.
Wow. Yep.
These people got degrees for this, which is kind of sad.
Yeah.
Now, do you reckon they go home at the end of the day going, how'd your day, honey? Well, put a nice little piece together. What was it about? Oh, Russell Wilson's. Are they something they like donate anything to charity or help progress anything forward? No. Out in the boat. Popped a pimple. What a picture do? Popped a pimple.
Paparazzi pimple poppers, Greeno. They're out there. You've got to be careful.
They are.
I mean, it's riveting stuff.
3, 4. Yeah. It is riveting stuff. Oh, here's her looking at her phone.
I mean, that's literally what it says here. Ciara looks at her phone while with husband.
Looks at her phone. Like, they're not even trying anymore, are they?
No, they're not.
Like, there's no editors. There's no quality checking. It's just like, just fucking put it up. How many you need? We need 6 articles a day. All right. What do you got? We got Russell. All right. Put him in there.
Let's check out the author then. Does she have any social links? Open link in your tab. Come on. No. Okay. It's just by. What else does this author do?
I reckon that's staff writers there.
No, it's someone. It's Jenna Lemoncelli, Greeno.
Oh, jeez.
Model girlfriend of Dodgers star pens sweet birthday tribute.
Yeah, so nothing. Yep.
Okay, so this is basically someone who's got a job in the sports department who has no right to be there, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks as though
that's what we're going for here. Like, she should be writing for Entertainment Tonight or something, but instead she had to settle for the New York Post Sports edition. Model girlfriend of Dodger star pen sweet birthday tribute. What's this? NCAA champion wrestler, signee off team after sexual assault allegation. There's one about Sean Payton. Okay. Stark quarterback closing in on new deal after off-season of drama, Greeno. So we love the drama.
Okay. Yeah.
Rips LeBron James over Britney
She has to write
comments.
7 articles a day.
Yep.
There's your problem.
Mhm.
6 or 7 articles a day he's posting there. That's too many. You can't do actually something worthy if you've got to worry about 6 or 7 different things.
Yeah, look at this. So July 13, she wrote, let's go back to the start of July 13, actually, because, whoa. Okay, here's just July 13, all right? At 8:02 a.m., personal Baker Mayfield has week 1 matchup against Browns circled. 9:34 a.m., NFL legend says some former football players claim to have CTE for money. 12:10, Zach Wilson's mum demands people stop calling her friends after quarterback's alleged drama. 2:10, why Gronk excluded Patriots in second retirement statement. 4:39, former Pro Bowler won't play in NFL this season to focus on boxing. 5:08, 8:18. So just on July 13, there was six articles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a content farm that they're running there.
That
isn't
is
it?
an absolute content farm. You know what happens? Like my daughter, she likes to write little stories, and then throughout the course of the day, she'll kind of drop them on my desk. Like, hey, Dad, here you go, and it's a nice little story about something she did inside the house, and then she come back a couple hours later. There's another one. Blah blah blah. That is the equivalent. My daughter could write for the New York Post. I've come to realize.
So basically, what you're saying. So basically, you're saying that the New York Post is treating this girl and her articles like, that's lovely, sweetheart. I'm going to put that up on the fridge.
We'll put that up on the fridge. Yeah. We're going to keep them all because we don't want to upset her.
Yeah.
Because she might be upset if you throw them in the bin.
Yeah. And it's like, well, if she keeps writing fucking 6 or 7 of them a day, we're going to have to start getting bigger fucking magnets because if you put too many magnets on the too many pieces of paper, Greeno, the magnet starts slipping down the fridge, doesn't it? Can't keep hold anymore if you put a phone book up against it. So yeah.
Here we go. So I'm just looking up Jenna Limoncelli.
Bold frame glasses, Greeno?
No, bold frame glasses does look like the kind of person who writes a gossip column, I must admit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, fuck
author
that.
Author at the Hollywood Wire. So she used to work at the Hollywood Wire. And yeah, that's about it.
Nice, Gary.
Nice, Gary.
We wish her all the best.
I feel dumb for seeing that article, to be fair. All of it. Just overall.
You've ruined the show, Greeno.
Let's get to something that always brings our mood back up. Fucking Shohei Ohtani. Fuck, we love this dude.
I'm not even a baseball fan, and I have serious man love for this man, Shohei Ohtani.
You can't help it.
I can't.
He's that good. Well, because every week he's doing something historic.
I know.
And
It's
you're
ridiculous.
How did that happen?
And when we say historic, we don't mean Stuart Broad type of historic.
No, not that kind of story. Not bad historic. Positive.
Good.
So this week, 40 strikeouts and 0 earned runs in his last 4 starts. Only MLB pitchers to do this since they started tracking it back in 1913. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times it's happened in history of baseball.
Kershaw twice.
On that list, names on that list. Scherzer's going to be a Hall of Famer. Sal's probably a Hall of Famer. Kershaw's a Hall of Famer. R.A. Dickey had a stupid, crazy good year that year. Santana would have been a Hall of Famer if he didn't blow out his arm. And I don't know who Choho Park is. And then you got Ray Culp from 1968.
That's it.
And he hits. Let's not forget that. He hits as well.
And he hits.
That's one statement. Then they've gone, okay, well, how about we do 50 strikeouts and 1 or 0 earned runs in a 5 outing span since earned run was official in 1913. That list gets smaller. Shohei Ohtani, Chris Sale, Clayton Kershaw, R.A. Dickey, and Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson, Greeno.
Yeah.
There you go.
He just keeps on doing it, like every week, just something new. He's that kid where, like, you're just like, oh man, gonna play that guy again. Just for the simple fact, there's that one kid who just does everything on the team, and you're like, oh, he's probably gonna win it for him. Like,
when you played kids football, the team that would win would be the team that had the best player. So because they would just chuck it to the guy who can just run around everybody. There's always one kid on a team, the best team, who's just ridiculously 10 times better than everybody else. And you just pass it to him, and it's just like, pass it to Scotty. Give it to Scotty, every time you lose. It gets to the point where the coach says, can you just not score so many tries? Can you let some of the other guys score some tries and stuff,
Get to the try line, then pass the ball just then. Let little Jimmy get a try just to feel good.
Yeah.
That's basically what Shohei's doing in major leagues, though, because the only games they're winning at the moment is when he pitches, and he ends up scoring more runs with the when he has the bats for his own thing, because he's like no one else is helping him. He's got the best player in the world in Mike Trout with him, but Mike's been injured this week. But Shohei's just taking care of business.
Isn't Shohei the best in the world now, though? Like honestly,
yes, he is. Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, he is now. But Mike Trout may be the greatest hitter of all time.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So Shohei's in his own kind of realm. It's hard to kind of put him into a category because he's his own category. He's that good. So nice to have more Statmans there. And we'll wrap up the show with a bit of a streaking Statman, one for our Unity Day reporter, Troy.
Yep.
Seattle Mariners secured their first 10-game winning streak in 20 years.
Nice, Gary.
Nice,
20 years.
Crazy Uncle Jerry DePoto, Greeno. Something's working up there. Yeah.
Well, I was getting worried, right? Because they were so far back in their division and in the wildcard race. I'm like, look, Crazy Uncle Jerry is not going to be a buyer at the deadline.
He's going to be selling them off, you reckon?
He might sell a bit, but he can't sell too much because they've just bought all these players. Like he's gonna have to hold pat. Now,
is there a minimum time like you have to hold a player after you buy them, or can you buy them in and then trade them out an hour later?
Jerry has traded players the same day. Bought them in, shipped them off.
Wow.
Same day. There's no minimum. It's just in and out. Thanks for coming. Jerry finds a way. So well done. Looking forward to seeing it because trade deadline's August, I think, this year. So I got a little bit of time. But yeah, Jerry, time to work your magic. But yeah, Mariners got another win today. So I think they're up to 11 or 12 now.
So they're all going to start going off their tits now and talking about pennants again, Greeno, or is that what they do?
No. The thing with Seattle is they just need to make the playoffs. They haven't made the playoffs since 2002.
Yeah, right.
So
wasn't Randy Johnson playing for them back then or something as well?
No, I think he'd left by 2002.
Okay.
Could be wrong. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, they just need to get over that first hurdle of getting to the playoffs, and then you worry about pennants. They're not going to win the division because Houston's just too far ahead. But they've got a good chance at one of the 3 wildcard spots, currently sitting in second place in the wildcard race.
There you go. And Dr. Climate Abortion, a Mariners fan as well, Greeno, in the chat.
Oh, there we go. Double down.
I actually like this. My favorite Mariners stat, I think it was you who sent it to me, is they've had more ruptured testicles in the last 20 years than
pennant wins.
Playoff appearances. Yeah, three ruptured testicles and no playoff appearances.
Yeah,
makes you wonder: was it all worth it, Greeno?
Greatest stat man ever. That one. All very, very good.
All right, there you go. Let's get the hell out of here, shall we?
Plugs before we go. Nice early one tonight.
Nice.
Got in early, got out early.
Yeah, I like it.
Amazing what happens when I'm not coming in drunk and just rambling on, pointless shit.
Yeah, I know. I didn't have a beer. I didn't have a beer this afternoon until we started the show either, because I was just too tired to. You know, we must be getting old when I'm too tired to get drunk. You know, like I must be turning into an old man now, because it's like, it's not worth it. Mind you, I did get drunk yesterday and go to bed at like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. So
there's your problem. That's today off. My problem. You work today?
No, of course I worked.
Nice, Gary.
Got to work.
That could be a problem. But here's the thing: early finish. Not many beers tonight. Nice and fresh to get hammered over the weekend.
That's right. Lining up the weekend, big weekend of footy, Greeno, footy. So looking forward to that.
You'll be able to. We got enough time. You can watch the end of Friday Night Footy.
Yeah, that's true. Second half, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Beautiful. All right. See you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
We'll always be bosom buddies, friends, sisters, and pals. We'll always be bosom buddies. If life should reject you, there's me to protect you.
If I say that your tongue is vicious,
if I call you uncouth,
it's simply that.
Who else but a bosom buddy will sit down and tell you the truth?